this little love triangle between Hunter, Kayleigh, and Kate. So we see Kate, and she is on a video call with her mother, and she's spilling all the tea to her mom that she's pretty much pimping Hunter out from jail. She's got him set up with all these different sugar mamas. He's getting all this money. The only thing is, she's not getting any money out of it at the end of the day. What blew my mind is how comfortable Kate was telling her mom, oh yeah, I helped Hunter find some sugar mamas and figure out how to use some women so I don't have to send him as much money. Like, first of all, if I told my mom I was dating a prisoner, she would have already done cussed me out before I even had a chance to finish my sentence. But not only that, but she admits to her mom that she's helping Hunter use other women. And not only that, Hunter's having video sex with these women and they're pulling out toys. I would have never been able to tell my mom all that, but Kate was just nonchalantly telling this to her mother, and her mother really didn't seem too bothered by it. She's just like, well, you know, he needs to stop so his sentence doesn't get extended. But besides that, she's acting like they're having a normal conversation like they have every day, talking about their days. But the only behavior that the mom seemed not to agree with was Hunter's behavior. And then we catch up with Hunter's other side piece, Kayleigh, and Kayleigh's out shopping at a sex store, and she decided to bring one of her besties along so she can find a toy that's the same penis size as Hunter. I'm like, okay, is this really appropriate to bring your best friend to help you find this? I could tell, like, the friend kept, like, looking at the boxes as Kayleigh's trying to say, oh, I think this is Hunter's perfect size, and you could tell the friend did not want to be there at all in that moment. And Kayleigh's sitting there looking around shopping, telling her friend, oh yeah, you know, I just got engaged, me and Hunter are gonna get married. And her friend just looking at her like, what is wrong with you, girl? Just like how we are all looking at her. But her friend was still being supportive. And then Kayleigh suddenly gets a phone call after she was just bragging about how amazing Hunter is. Hunter really shows how amazing he was in this phone call when he calls Kayleigh and it's like, yeah, you know that $200 you just sent me a couple days ago? And Kayleigh's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, it's all gone. I decided to buy some nice shoes so I could be the flyest in the pod. And now I'm broke and I don't have no money for no food. And Kayleigh was like, are you kidding me? She was so annoyed when he said that. And she's like, well, you shouldn't have bought shoes then. And he's like, come on, baby, are you really not going to send me anything? And she's like, no, that's on you. You should have thought about that before you spent this money. And he kept trying to just, like, manipulate her and have a little pity party, like, oh, I'm going to be starving. And I feel like the way he was acting, that he knows if he pushes Kayleigh enough that she's going to give in. The way he just so easily asked her, it really seemed like he wasn't stumbling over his words. He wasn't trying to beat around the bush for a minute. It seems like he was so confident asking her, like he knew that she was not going to say no. He's used to getting his way every single time when it comes to Kayleigh. I almost feel like she probably would have sent the money if the camera crew wasn't there and her friend wasn't there. But I don't know, though. And she is frustrated because she said she sent him over $200 a week. And she gets a $500 text pack. And so $200 a week, that's $800 a month. That's more than what some people pay for rent. I mean, not a lot of people in this economy nowadays, but still, that's a lot of money right there. And she must be making some decent money to be able to afford to send that much money to a man in prison. And for him to still ask her for more money when she sends him damn near $1,000 a month, that is just selfish as hell. I want to hear Kayleigh be like, look, I can't send you no more money because all I have left is for rent, and I want to see what Hunter's response is. I could tell that just from his responses that he really doesn't give a damn about her. I just feel like he's trying to make sure he doesn't sound like such an ass. Like he's trying to make it sound like, oh, I'm not really using her, I actually care about her, we built a genuine friendship. But at the end of the day, if the money dried up, I'm sure that he would just move on to the next in a heartbeat.
The
Kayleigh would no longer be a factor in his line.
He gets $2,000 a month, so damn near half of his money is coming from Kayleigh. Kayleigh said she's sending him $200 a week, so that's $800 a month. So a little over a third of his money is coming straight from Kayleigh. No wonder he really likes this girl. And he admitted, he's like, look, I prefer the snow bunny type, the skinny, blonde, white girl. Kayleigh's not his type at all. But he said that she sends him a lot of money, and he said that they built a genuine friendship, and she fills needs that Kate doesn't. Kate's 38 years old, so she's more mature. She doesn't like the whole phone sex. She's not very freaky, and those are needs that Hunter needs met while he's in prison. Unless he goes and finds some little prison boyfriend, he needs those needs met, and he felt like he wasn't getting enough from Kate, so Kayleigh fills in the voids that Kate doesn't. Kayleigh doesn't get on to him about anything. She doesn't really hold him accountable. She's just kind of in this little kitty love where it's just all like hee hee ha ha, so cute. And he said they haven't really passed the honeymoon stage, and he doesn't want it to grow out of that. But Kate and his relationship is just mature. It's kind of bland and boring. That's what I was starting to assume was the case, because they're total opposites. And that just kind of tells me that even if it was where he didn't need money anymore and he could cut off all his sugar mamas, I still feel like he would still cheat on Kate, because he feels like Kate is too boring and doesn't cover all the needs that he needs met, at least from prison. And I just feel like when he gets out, even if he does still talk to Kayleigh and Kate, I feel like there's still not going to be enough for him. I feel like he's still probably going to be hanging out with other girls. For all we know, there could be like 10 other girls that he plans to go home with as soon as he gets out of prison. Or he might just get out and dump them all. I feel like he's going to definitely try to keep around whoever he can, though, for as long as possible. And what pissed me off in this episode is wetv got me excited for a sec, because they showed, like, before a commercial came, they showed, like, the scene where after Hunter asked Kayleigh for money, and she's like, no, dude, it's your fault you bought the shoes. And then they showed, like, it went to commercial, and they showed, like, a preview of what was to come, and they made it sound like Kayleigh was on the phone with Hunter, and Hunter was like, oh, I can't make this work anymore. So I'm like, damn, he's already about to break up with her? Like, the second episode we're introduced to her. But then I realized that they just clickbaited us with that and just did some little, editing maneuver there and spliced it, made it look like it was going to be in this episode, even though it wasn't. Which I'm glad, because I feel like if that was the case, the storyline would be wrapping up real soon, and I feel like their storyline will carry this season. Then he admitted he loves Kayleigh because Kayleigh babies him and pretty much just lets him do whatever he wants. And Kate, since she's older, she wants him to be held more accountable. And I used to think, I hope Hunter gets out and picks Kayleigh, because Kayleigh seems to be innocent in all this. Like, she doesn't know about Kate. She really thinks she's Hunter's one and only. But now I hope that doesn't work out for them, because I feel like she deserves better. But also, I fear that Hunter will go right back to his old lifestyle if he gets out and he doesn't have somebody that's going to help keep him on the right track. I think Kayleigh is just going to be happy as long as Hunter's right there with her and not really care how he's doing beyond that. And Hunter needs somebody who's going to make sure that he's on the straight and narrow. And I think that Kate's not going to be enough. I don't think Kayleigh's going to be enough. I think he just needs to be single until he can find a girl that has all the traits he's looking for. So he doesn't need to find a girl that's got a little bit of this and another girl with a little bit of that. I know he's in prison, so he's got to do what he has to do. But it's really not cool to play with people's feelings at the end of the day. I see some of your guys' comments, and some of you guys feel like this storyline is just completely fake and something that the producers made up just to get people interested in this season. I don't know. At first, I'm like, this has to be real. But the longer it's going on, the more I do have questions. I really hope it's real. I mean, it's reality TV, so we know not 100% of it's real. But I hope at least that the relationship aspect is real and that Kayleigh and Kate's not just in it to promote their businesses. But that is pretty much it for this video, guys. Let me know what you guys think about everything in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.